By the evening of December 22nd, I was having my greatest worries. We were without surgeons and medical supplies, and the condition of the wounded was very, very bad. The Western itself suffered under a continuous pounding from heavy German artillery, from self-propelled guns, and for 4 nights from an air bombing, which was really a terrible thing to suffer. We called for nurses and doctors and had a number of volunteers. One of them, in fact, René Lemaire, had charge of 20 men of the 10th Armored Division in a house on the main street. And Christmas Eve, a 500-pound bomb was dropped and landed squarely on that house and killed René and the 20 soldiers she was caring for. The main square was full of destroyed vehicles and rubble and rocks and bricks and mortar and so forth. I had hoped that we would have an airdrop on the 22nd, but we were still socked in by the weather, and some of the guns were down to 10 rounds. If we didn't have a replenishment of ammunition, I knew that we couldn't hold for many more days.
And then, on the morning of December 23rd, for the first time since the battle began, the sun appeared.
And we looked up to the heavens and just hoped and hoped and hoped for some air support. And suddenly, the weather broke crystal clear. And I'll never forget when those B-17s and B-24s and those P-47s and P-38s filled the skies. And oh, what a comfort they were. And they came rushing in. And we knew then that that army which was assembled before us was about to receive a beating, and they got it.
All along the battlefront, there was jubilation. And in Bastogne,
it was a very thrilling moment for everyone associated with the siege to see that wonderful airdrop. Those pilots of those airplanes were most courageous. We saw several shot down. In fact, 3 or 4 crashed right within our area.
the jubilation lasted less than a day. On the following morning, December 24th,
German communique reports battle action of the very fiercest sort along the northern neck of the German salient. Our own dispatches from the field also reflect the probability that the first attempt of the enemy to swing to the north and surround the First Army has failed. German armor, therefore, is ranging farther afield, looking for a turning point.
that turning point came at Elsenborn Ridge, scene of some of the bloodiest fighting of the entire campaign.
It's amazing to see how the wounds have been healed. It doesn't look the same at all. And yet it looks here as though there is still some mark of the battle in these stumps and ravines, shell holes. Yes, this is the area, and that's the view which we looked at so many times through field glasses. There's the town of Pinkelp. There's Wurtzfeld down in the draw, from which they launched their tank battle. We began to realize the necessity of the thing.
and also how serious the situation was when we saw that our engineer buddies, the cooks, the bakers, and the company clerks had rifles, and they were out on the line, working, fighting, firing Browning automatic rifles and machine guns, trying to keep the infantry intact from coming through.
One medic came in with a jeep, picked up one of our boys and tried to carry him out, but a shell got them both. It's on that hill that I learned to love a flock, nearly 15 years of ministry in the assemblies of God. And I see that Elson-Bourne Ridge was a great training ground. On about the third day, the Germans decided that they were going to break through us at any cost. They opened up with one of the worst barrages that I've ever experienced. George Kirk was blown to bits. One minute he was with us, and the next minute he was gone. Perhaps we, his widow, and his fatherless child are all asking the same question. Why? 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 But we must submit to the purpose of God. Spilled blood, torn flesh, blasted spruce, and Christmas all came at the same time. To this day, I hate Christmas trees. Just the smell of a little spruce or pine pitch brings back all these memories.
Cook, who was serving us, managed to cut out some paper stars. He got the little tree and decorated it all on his own to put us in the spirit of Christmas. But we all felt and knew that the best Christmas present for the troops at Bastogne would be a relief before dark of Christmas Day. But it was another day and a half before the 4th Armored Division could succeed in breaking the encirclement. It had been a costly battle, but my men continued to stand and hold.